Hi folks, I'm delighted we've got 80 members now, and I've just seen a message from Dane Tannehill saying, why isn't it that BSV hasn't been accepted yet? And there's a torrent of replies after it saying, oh, it's being suppressed, there's baddies out there and they're crushing it and all that. Now, I don't think that's true. I think that the reason is that it has not been successfully marketed. The advertising industry in the world is billions of dollars. It's not because they're spending on money because it doesn't work. It's because it does work and we buy their stuff. So we've got to do the same sort of thing free for BSV. Now, there certainly has been a lot of confusion and contention and argument and bitterness and paranoia and that sort of thing. But my perspective after years of dealing with this is that BSV has been dismally unsuccessful because it really hasn't tried to approach the people who matter and show them the benefit of BSV. The general practice is it's so good, word of mouth will sell it once it gets known how good it is. But I think we've got to tell people. Now, I've been using AI to explore these marketing aspects. I won't bore you with the details, but I have found some fabulous stuff. If you look in the file section of this group, you will find some of the work I've done recently based on my AI research on marketing. The infographics, for example, are splendid. They attract people understand immediately instead of being confused and argued with and paranoia and all that sort of thing. So we've got to get the message to the BTC holders. I notice of our 80 members, almost nobody has got any BTC. So my efforts so far to attract people have simply got a lot of people who are going to preach to each other about how good BSV is. Guess how much that's going to promote BSV? Not at all. So we've got to engage with the BTC owners in a friendly and good way. Even though there is contention, there is bitterness, there is nastiness, we cannot be nasty. The best thing I discovered from the AI, it was the Google Opal co-thinker. It said, the best thing you can do is rather than argue against BTC, say with sympathy to the BTC owners, well, you know, it's plateauing. BTC is plateauing at the moment. Don't you think it could be a good idea for your sake, for safety, to hedge a bit by buying a little bit of BSV? Because it seems to me and others, it's super cheap transactions, super fast, it seems to be legal. All those things add up to a very good idea of hedging a bit, buying a little bit of BSV, maybe sell a tiny bit of your BTC and put it into BSV. That's a sensible thing to do. If you're worried it's plateauing, Michael Saylor has been selling BTC, it's quite reasonable for you to put a little bit. You're not being disloyal to the BTC community. You can still keep most of your stuff there, but keep a little bit in a BSV, because if what we think is right, that the BSV is going to do a flippening and take over because of its functionality, then you'll be well off. You'll have some BSV, you'll be able to watch it grow, and you'll be able to move your coin from BTC to BSV before everybody else. Now that's a kind message to the BTC owners. It's not, oh, you are no good because, you know, it's a corrupt thing and they're suppressing it and they're using Tether to keep the price up and all that sort of thing. That's not going to work. That's what the AI told me, and I checked it out and it makes total sense. So we have got to be the friends of the BTC community, not the enemies. Now, if you want to have fun, if you want to get rich from BTC, which I'm sure this is the real reason why you're involved in the first place, it certainly is a wonderful network and we all love the idea of the world getting benefits from BSV. But the real reason I'm here is because I think I can get a lot of money because of the excellent capability of BSV, and I'm going to see if I can help BTC owners switch across to BSV with as little pain and hurt as possible, a little less hatred as possible, because it can be dangerous. If we're seen as the enemy, watch out, because there's $1 trillion worth of funding there, and if they think that we have caused the crash of BTC, boy oh boy are we in trouble. So we've got to say, we like you BTC people, you're the same as us, you've got families and brothers and sisters same as us. We want you to look at what we've found out and consider hedging a bit, see how it goes. Now maybe BTC is going to do something miraculous and skyrocket. Great, keep most of your BTC, but at least have some hedging in BSV in the meantime, maybe just $100. Because if the flippening takes place, $100 is going to be multiplied by about 5,000. So you're going to have $500,000 by putting $100 in. Now that's quite a good lottery ticket. So we're saying to you, we want to cooperate with you. If you can prove us wrong, then please do. Now, what can you, members of the BSV Flippening group, do about that? Instead of talking to each other, endless talk about Satoshi Nakamoto and Craig Wright. It's a boring distraction from the real thing. The functionality of BSV seems to be reasonably and logically threatening the BTC network, and it could crash. So we are protecting people who own BTC by saying, let's talk about it, and don't sell all of your BTC for us straight away, but at least sell a little bit and buy some BSV. Or even other people who say, well, you're feeling poor and times are hard. Why don't you put $50 into BSV and see what happens? You can always pull it out tomorrow if you like, but it's not a big risk. But the nearly 5,000 multiplier, boy, oh boy, that is a good lottery ticket. A lot of people go downtown every week and buy a lottery ticket. It's way better than that, I think. That's my impression after years of looking at these different cryptos. So please, in this group, now that we've found out that nearly all the 80 of us so far are BTC faithful, we know it. You don't need to preach at us. We know it. It bores us and people will leave. But what I'd really like to see is BTC owners encouraged to come into this group, discuss with us what they feel. Now, I don't think there's many. I think there's maybe one or two people out of the 80 who are wondering about their investment in BTC and worried about it. I welcome you particularly. I want you to learn from us. Ask questions. You'll be treated with respect. You can say what you feel. You can say contrary stuff to us. We will listen. I will counter anything that you say that I know that is not true, and you can try countering anything that I say. But in the end, I think we'll find out the BSV is going to flatten BTC as long as the collapse of BTC, which I expect is going to happen, doesn't suck down BSV with it because it's named Bitcoin. I'm not sure the public is going to discriminate between BTC and BSV. They'll say, it's crypto, it's Bitcoin, and I'm not going to have a bar of it. And we'll legislate against it, and we'll criticize people, and we certainly won't buy it. We'll get the exchanges closed down. We'll see the end of Bitcoin, whatever it is. Now, what we've got to do is we've got to distinguish between the BTC, which is $1 trillion investment everybody knows about, and our beautiful little BSV that can rescue everybody into a wonderful new Web3 internet. So I was going to say, what can you do about it? Rather than preaching at each other, preaching to me, preaching to others about what BSV is and how wonderful it is, how about this? See if you're brave enough, go to places where there are BTC holders, go to groups, crypto groups, stuff like that, and engage with them in a polite way, offering the deal. That is, how about a little bit of investment in BSV? It seems crazy not to have at least a little bit of hedging against disaster. It's called investment diversity. It's well known. I'm not a licensed investment advisor, but everyone knows that, and the investment advisors will say, yeah, you should diversify your portfolio between real estate and cash in the bank and investments and shares and stuff like that. This is saying to the people who are really keen on BTC and very hopeful, a lot of them are a little hurt at the moment because BTC is faltering, and they're worried because some of them will have family money put into it. They'll be embarrassed. They will have been ridiculed by their families and friends for even investing in it. Now it's going down, and people will be saying to the BTC owners, you should have listened to me. You've wasted my money. So these BTC people will be wondering. They'll be a little bit hurt. And we can say to them, well, cheer up. There is an option that might rescue the situation. And you can tell your family too. You can say, well, you're kind of right, but have a look at this alternative that I'm putting a little bit in. I'm going to put about, say, $100 of our $800 we've got into the BSV because they're telling me that it can scale. It's doing lightning fast transactions. It's a lawful commodity. The carbon footprint is very low. So that's what I'm going to do. And the wife or the husband say, all right then. That's what we're going to do. So what I'm asking you to do, if you will, is over to you. You want to get rich? This is how I think you can do it. You go into websites and at the bottom of YouTube videos, wherever you see people talking about BTC, politely suggest the idea of hedging a little bit with BTC in it, just put 1 or 2 sentences, put the link to this group in here, say, come and join us. We're happy to talk about it. It's a friendly place. We're not going to preach BSV at you. We're going to explain to you what we've found out, and hopefully we might encourage you to save your skin a bit, at least hedge a bit with BSV. So go to those places. You're online all the time, in Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. I started in TikTok yesterday. I didn't used to like it, but I went in there and I posted a message. Polite, offering the benefits. You can get the materials if you need them out of the file section of this group, this BSV Flippening group. I put a pile of them there. You just need to copy them. They're all YouTube videos. You just copy the link, paste it under any comment you've made. Say, hey mate, have you heard about this? There's a group you might like to join. It's called BSV Flippening, and it explains blah blah blah. Here's the link. Or do you want to see the thing about pay as you go? Well, here's the link for it. It's on YouTube. It's just only 15 seconds, but you can have a look at that and do a screen grab. But you'll understand. Quite easy to understand. It's been refined down. This guy that wrote it, he's called Bruce Thompson. He used to be a technical writer. He's been into crypto since 2014. Knows a lot about it. Connected with Satoshi and Gavin Mill and things like that. So have a look at those things. See what you think. It don't take a few seconds to look, and maybe you'll feel better. You'll sleep easier at night if you just have a quick look at that. And maybe try putting as much as you feel comfortable with. $20, $50, $100, that's all. Put that into BSV and sleep easy and watch it. Watch what happens to BSV. Watch what happens to BTC. So I think a lot of people will pick up on that. I'm getting quite a good response when I post that sort of stuff. Key thing before I finish, because I've been talking a lot. Key thing is try to be respectful and positive. Whatever they say, if they reject you and they sneer at you in hatred, let your truth be seen. Post the thing, say, this is what I found. If you can give me specific information that contradicts it, I'll listen to you and I'll believe you if it makes sense to me. But don't get contrary. Half of the problem with BSV not skyrocketing as it should have has been the acrimony, the bitterness and hatred between people, mistrust. We've got to end that. That's what the essence of this group is, BSV Flippening. All right, enough for now. I'll catch you later.